y'all, as you know, we moved a month ago, and we really don't know any of our neighbors. We really don't have that many neighbors. They're mostly vacation rentals for older couples, the few that we've met. But we do have a full-time neighbor just a few houses down that it's just him and his wife. They're elderly, and we don't really know them that well. We talk to them when we see them. We've actually never met Nell. We've met Bruce. But I thought I would put together a little something for them for Christmas, and we're ahead of the game right now. But there's going to be something that we use with this that will help extend it until the holidays, and we'll see how that goes. So this is just a chocolate chip cookie mix in a jar, and yes, you can buy them at the store already put together. But you know, there's something about homemade, and this recipe I actually like a little bit better because most of the recipes use quart jars. This uses a pint, and I thought that would be a good size with it just being the two of them. So we'll get all this together, and actually I'll have Matthew link the recipe that I've used, that way if any of you guys want to make any of it. But it's just simply flour, baking soda, and salt. And the measurements, like I said, Matthew can link the recipe, but it was, yeah, I can't even remember off the top of my head now. And then chocolate chips. Brown sugar. And then regular granulated sugar. So it literally took 2 seconds to put together, and the link to this recipe actually has a printable tag with the cooking or baking directions. So that way if you want the complete directions, or if you just want this recipe to make a small batch of cookies, if it's just the two of you, like us here now, even though
make a big batch,
a small batch it wouldn't work around here. But Matthew will make sure to put that in the link in the description. So a few weeks ago, I guess, Wevac, a company that makes vacuum sealers, vacuum bags, all that stuff, they reached out. Matthew handles the emails and all that. They reached out and wanted to see if we wanted to work with them, and it actually worked out well because, one, because we have used the Wevac brand vacuum seal bags for, oh gosh, years now. We went through probably thousands of them because it's the same bags that we used when we sold our meat chickens in the store. But they offered us a handheld vacuum sealer, which I've been wanting one for a really long time, because even though there's just the two of us, we do buy some things not in massive bulk, but in bulk essentially. So this does several different things, but the primary reason I wanted it was for the sealing of the jars. And we'll go through and open it up, and I'll tell you what else it came with, because I didn't actually realize it did more than just the jar lids. So what came with it, well actually before I even take all this out, what this does actually besides the canning jars is it will reseal wine bottles, and you can actually use it with several different brands. You can get these other than Wevac, but they do offer, it's just got the air valve where you can vacuum seal. So you know, if you're a single person or just two people or don't have the space for a large vacuum sealer, then this would be great for just, you know, a chicken breast, or you know, half a pack of chicken or beef or whatever, and then just air valve it. But I think we'll use these probably for like quick marinades. So it came with, this is for, well, it came with the bags, and then it came with this, which is used for wine bottles. And I like this one because, like I said, I have looked at these for a long time, but I liked this one because with a lot of them, it's two separate lids. So like you would have one for a regular mouth and one for a wide mouth, but this one actually does, you just have one piece to keep up with. And then they sent some regular mouth and wide mouth lids, and then the sealer. And it is cordless. It charges with, was it USB? that it charges
USB.
with. Yep. So you don't have to worry about, having a place to plug it in or anything like that. So we're going to give it a whirl and see how it goes. So all we have to do is put your lid just straight on there. Put this down, push it down, and with the vacuum part, this cap does come off, but for this purpose, you do leave it on. And then you just line it up. Hopefully I can do this. Line it up over the hole. Hold down the button.
And mash down, right?
Yeah. You just keep holding it down.
We'll see how long it takes to seal this jar.
And it's supposed to beep once he gets through.
This is real time. There it goes.
So do I stop now?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's sealed.
Okay. I think it said to do something after.
Just take it off.
Let's get the directions. It sealed?
Yeah, it did.
Okay. Oh, yeah, remove. Oh,
Look at that.
Yep. Oops.
And it's Lisa proof.
Yeah. So far.
Let's see if it's sealed.
Alright. Yep.
Oh.
Oh, no, I popped it.
There, well, it did seal though.
It did seal. But, it's not going to be like, you just canned it. So, yeah,
Let's do it again.
It did suck all the air out of it and seal it. And it did seal it perfectly. And it did take a good bit of force to pry it off. And like I said, you're not going to have that seal like with, pressure canned or water bath. So, but that's sucked all the air out of it, and that's going to extend the shelf life of this well beyond, we're a month out from Christmas essentially. So for many more months. But the main reason I want it is, besides stuff like that, to put up our bulk items that we do buy. Now, I didn't intentionally buy a massive bag of chocolate chips. I normally wouldn't.
Yeah, but I said buy them.
He said buy them. I normally have to hide them from him when I'm buying them for bacon. But this is, I'm gonna ration you. So I'm gonna vacuum seal some of them and just put them back in our extended pantry. And don't be looking at how many I'm putting in here and how many I'm leaving out. So I just have a lid from one of my pasta sauces. I do save my lids. You're not supposed to reuse them, but I do in the past, but I also hold on to them for, you never know, if we can't get them again. But with this, this type of system, you can reuse multiple times as well. So we're just going to seal these chocolate chip cookies away from Matthew. Needs a lock on them too, but... And we're good. To use this on lots of things. I've got some beans that I want to break down from larger packaging. So if you're interested in one of these, they've actually gave us a coupon code. I'm pretty sure it's 15% off. But Matthew will have that linked in the description as well. So I would say, I think they'll probably have a Black Friday sale. Not sure if the coupon can stack, but the regular price I think was around $30. And I would say that's very much worth it, especially with everything that it came with. And it's a compact design. You can just put it in a drawer. I'm stealing all these chocolate chip cookies away from you.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
I am.
Y'all, we went fishing again today, and y'all, the wind was rough out there on the beach and it's cold, but we wrapped up good. And we brought home 3 nice whiting. I've already cleaned them, vacuum sealed them. And we're actually going to turn these fish into a whiting bisque on Saturday, which is only 2 days away for us here. So vacuum sealed them, they'll go in the fridge, they'll be just fine there. I've got the fish heads over here steeping on the stove. We don't waste anything, y'all. They'll get fed to the kitty cats. They'll be happy about that. But for now, these fish will go in the fridge, and we'll show you that lobster, not lobster bisque. That's why I thought of that, lobster bisque. Not lobster bisque, whiting bisque. It's gonna be just as good and a fraction of the cost. Y'all, we're cooking a 12-pound turkey that we've had in the freezer for at least a year. It was one of those spend $35 to get a free turkey kind of thing at one of the local grocery stores. And we're going to inject this thing. This has been my absolute favorite way to cook turkey, is to inject it with this Tony Sachet's marinade. And we're going to use butter and jalapeno this time. But we'll marinate it overnight, so it's going to get probably a 12 to 14 hour marinade. And then the trick, y'all, the trick to a good turkey is don't cook that thing at 350 degrees. You have got to lower it. If you're going to cook it in the oven, you have got to lower it to 225 and be prepared to let this 12-pound bird cook for about 10 hours. And it's the best turkey you've ever had. It beats the deep fried, it beats all of them. So let's inject this joker. These little kits come with an injector. You just pop that out, screw it onto the end. And give it a good shake. Use your pocket knife if you have one to cut that off. And you can either pour it into a little dish or just do it the way I'm doing it right here. Oops, I just made a mess for me to clean up. But I like to I start off with the breast, because, well, you can just see it filling up that muscle. A whole thing full. But it's going to take this entire, I think, 12-ounce bottle that we're going to put into this bird. And I kid you not, it is the best thing. I have brined these birds before. Get some down here in the leg. A couple of different spots. I've brined them, and that's pretty good. I have had them deep fried. I've never deep fried a turkey, but I've had it deep fried, and it was pretty good. I've had them cooked at 350 in the oven for so many hours per pound. But this right here is the best way to have turkey. And I'm not a big turkey fan, but this makes it edible. But we'll bring you along for the cook. About 10 hours of it. I'm not going to show you all 10 hours of cooking it, but you'll see the finished product when we're done. And y'all, if you ain't tried this $3 bottle of injectable kit, it'll save you having to tell your mother-in-law that turkey's good when it really isn't. Y'all, I have never worn waders in my life, and I bought these the other day. If y'all remember, we did a video a while back where High C had sent some boots for me to wear, and then we have a coupon code that still works, Piney Woods. I believe it may be Piney Woods Homestead. I'll figure it out, put a link to it. But needed some waders, because it's going to get cold fishing out here this winter, and we want to keep fishing. Lisa said that I had to get her a pair now, but I'm going to try them on. I ordered size 12, for my boot size. So we shall see if these things fit. I'm probably gonna fall down trying to put these things on. Maybe I should sit down to try to put these on. I don't know. I've never worn waders. I'm getting ready to see if they fit. Boot fits. We want to fish this winter, y'all. I mean, I'm gonna tell you what, it'd be hard to go to the bathroom once you get these things on. Got a little pouch there to put phone in. Check it out. You'll have to help me get dressed, because I'm trying to find the strap. There we go. There's one.
Oh, you need some.
Here we go.
Got it.
And there's another one. I got my beard caught in that. Well, that's the belt.
You can make them shorter or longer. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think, where's that thing at? Have I got it crisscross?
I don't know what you've done there.
Oh, definitely got to loosen those. That hurt just a little bit. Yeah, definitely got to loosen these things, but these are nice, y'all. I'm excited. You want to put the belt on, so if you fall into the ocean or the river, you don't fill them up and drown. Or drowned. We put a D on the end of everything in the South, I think, or an R. But I like them, y'all. Like I said, not sponsored on the video, but if you need some rubber boots or waders or anything, discount code still works with them. All right, I'll peel some shrimp. I'm gonna make some whitefish bisque. All right, so we're gonna make a late lunch, early supper today, and it's cold, y'all. Let's turn off cold today. We're gonna take these whiting that I packaged whole. The scales are still on them, that's fine. We're actually gonna bake these in the oven, and then the skin and the scale will just separate, and the bone will come out, and we'll be left with the fish that's gonna get crumbled up and put into our bisque. But to start with, throw down a little olive oil spray, just to keep it from sticking. And the turkey's already in the oven. So, this is gonna cook low and slow for a couple of hours, y'all, until it is fall off the bone tender. These have been rinsed very well. All the sand is off of them, been cleaned out. But this is a good way to use fish instead of just frying it all the time. Works great for soups, and a bisque, a thick soup, is what we're making today. And just because we're peeling off the skin doesn't mean we don't want to season. So it's going to get some flaky kosher salt over the top, because this will impart some flavor into this fish. And kind of heavy is how we're doing it. Straight into the oven where our turkey is already cooking. Fresh wild caught shrimp, just unloaded from the boat early this morning and sorted. We're gonna peel them and devein them, and we're gonna use these shells to make a thick stock base for this bisque that we're making. A lot of flavor inside of the shell, and I've done this before, making stock out of shrimp shells. But while we're doing it, because these are going to get cooked tomorrow night fried, I'll go ahead and devein. And I just took a knife there, and I'm going to get that vein out of that shrimp, because it's gritty, it's sand, and we don't want to eat that. All right, to make this soup base, it's pretty easy. I've got all of those shells from the shrimp in about 1.5 to 2 quarts of water. And to that, we are going to add some heavy cream. Probably, and y'all, I eyeball everything, but we're going to add probably 1.5 cups. A little bit more. We're going to add more of this later, but for now, that's what we're adding. Also, some sweet wine, and this is Duplin sweet muscadine wine. I just think it adds a depth of flavor when you're making a soup like this. That's about a cup of wine, so I keep that on hand for stuff just like this. And then salt and pepper. Y'all, this is real simple. This is going to cook down for quite a while on the stove because we're going to reduce it, and it's going to pull out the flavors from those shrimp shells, and it's also going to pull out the flavors of that sweet wine and the salt and pepper. The fish is out of the oven. That's what it looks like. Now we're just going to peel that skin and the scales off and get the meat off. Put it in a bowl and keep it in the fridge until we're actually ready for it. The skin's going to peel right off, y'all. See that white, flaky fish right underneath. Done, you have a nice big bowl full of fish here that's going to go into our bisque. But now it's going to get wrapped up, put into the fridge until we're ready, because we're still building this thing. Still got the stock going on the stove. And y'all, you end up with some crispy fish tails that are good to snack on. All right, our stock has cooked down nicely. Now I've got some bacon grease in this pot where I rendered down some bacon because we're going to use that at the end. We'll stick some butter in here. We're going to let that melt down, and we're going to make a roux. We're not going to make this a real thick soup. It's going to be not thin like a regular soup, but it's not going to be thick like gravy, if that makes sense. All right, to this melted butter and bacon grease, I'm going to add a little less than a tablespoon of all-purpose flour. And then we're just going to give it a good whisk to cook the flour. We don't want it raw. And after it's cooked for about 30 seconds, just cut the heat off. I'm going to be using Lisa's persimmon pulp press thing to actually strain our stock. And it's going to go straight down into that roux that we are just getting started. And here's where you want to be careful, because you don't want to spill it or burn yourself. But you'll be able to see how rich this stock is. And y'all, I did take the liberty of adding a cayenne pepper, a half a sweet onion chopped up coarse, and a little bit of garlic powder as this was cooking down. Total time on reducing this stock down to half was about 3.5 hours. All right, back on the heat it goes. About medium low heat. I'm just going to incorporate that fat, that flour, and to that we are going to add a little bit more heavy cream, and just a little bit more of this sweet wine. Not much, just a splash. And we're going to stir that and let it come up to a low boil. It's been boiling for about a minute. Cut my flame back to low just to keep it simmering. And now we're going to add our fish. And hopefully I got all of the bones out. If not, we'll find them. All right, y'all, moment of truth. This is good looking bisque. Remember, bisque is just, it's taken hours to make this. It's a little bit thicker than a soup, and I'm gonna add a little something special here. I had rendered down that bacon in the oven. And this is already a salty soup. It tastes like the sea, y'all. And this bacon is off of those Hereford pigs that we raised and smoked our own bacon with. So I can't wait to give this a taste. All right, hours of cooking, several hours of fishing, and we have a beautiful bisque. Tastes just like the ocean. Try making that sometime. If you like oyster stew, you will love this. Kind of on the same lines. A little bit thicker. With that white, flaky fish. Tastes just like the ocean. Let's have us a slice of some of this breast meat right here. And you can tell it is tender, y'all. That long, slow cook at 225. Let's lay a piece up there on top of that breast meat. All right, let's see how it is here. You want it? It's hot. It's burning my fingers. It's so hot. Here, you got to come closer to the camera to get it. There you go. Give it a taste. Off camera, just imagine Lisa's face. She's giving me that right there. That means it's good. So I'll tell you what, honey. Oh.
I want skin too, though.
I'll give you some skin too, don't worry. There you go. All right. That's all the turkey for now. We're going to bring it out later. Y'all, it's already dark. It's about bedtime, but we wanted to show you the turkey done. We'll let it cool here on the counter, cover it up, slice it. We're going to portion it out, vacuum seal it, use it for sandwiches, and for our little Thanksgiving meal here at our little coastal retreat. Y'all, in this bowl, I have bluefish fillets. And all I've done is put them in house archery seasoning. Watch this. Let's see if it's gonna sizzle. Oh yeah. And y'all, I have only ever had bluefish baked in the oven. So this is gonna be a new experience for me. Are you gonna try any?
I'll try.
You'll try it?
Maybe.
Watch this. Watch this. Check this bluefish out, y'all. Looks pretty. We're going to find out how it tastes. I haven't eaten it in a long time, but from my recollection, it's a little stronger than most fish, which would be good for me since my taste buds are somewhat muted. But look how just beautiful they turned out. We got a whole lot of shrimp to fry too.
I'll wait for the shrimp.
You'll wait for the shrimp. Yeah, Kyla said, I told her, get ready for a seafood feast at Christmas. She said, as long as there's shrimp involved.
She can eat her weight in shrimp though, so.
Oh yeah. But check those out on the platter there, on the pan. Doesn't that look good?
It looks like fish, which I'm not a huge fan of, unless I like tuna. But
Well, this isn't tuna.
that's not tuna.
Now y'all, these shrimp right here are what I like to call the nuclear option. It's a mixture of seasonings from our habanero powder from the garden, where we dried out those habaneros in the dehydrator, ground them. Same thing with jalapenos and some cayenne. So y'all, this is gonna pack a punch. A little bit of sugar added in there to cut that heat. But this is the nuclear option. I figure if Lisa doesn't like the bluefish, she can chase it with one of these nuclear shrimp, and she'll never know that she ate that bluefish. All right, guys, first thing, I'm gonna try this bluefish. It has been a long time since I've ate it, and you can see it's got a blue tint to it. So let's see, what's gonna be the verdict? Like I can smell anything.
Or taste. But your taste has gotten better.
I love that.
Give me a little bitty piece.
I love
Because
that.
They'll need an actual
It's
real verdict.
it's not strong at all. I was thinking it was going to be a strong fish. And you're getting Lisa's verdict from behind the camera.
It tastes a lot like flounder.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Maybe a little stronger, but it's not. I mean, it has a good taste, and I'm not really a big fan of fish.
That is so good.
Like the overall taste of the meat tastes like the skin on flounder.
Yeah, it does. It sure does. And I can remember that from when I could taste better, but I can taste that pretty good.
That's actually good. I like
I can tell you, we're going to start keeping at least one bluefish each time so we can cook it on Saturdays, because that's really good.
It is really good.
You just can't freeze them for long. There's so much oil in them that they'll go rancid. All right, normally I do calabash style shrimp. That's our favorite, real thin on the breading. But this time, if you noticed, mixed up some water and an egg. And all that does is allow you to get a little bit more breading on it. So you get a little bit more of that seasoning out of that house archery breader. So let me see here. Big shrimp. That's an oxymoron. Big shrimp.
Now the one that everybody's waiting
Okay,
on.
all right. The nuclear option. I've already told them what went into this.
Are you gonna try it without ranch and then?
I'm gonna try it without
You
ranch to
should,
start
that way,
with.
Yeah.
Because I've never made this, y'all. I just decided this evening.
It
I
may
want
be
something
so
hot and
hot that
spicy.
you're the only one that can eat it because you.
Well, I only used half of that seasoning for this pound of shrimp that I made up. Just hit me. There's the nuclear part. That you're gonna love that. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. We actually got ranch out. Let me try one with some ranch.
That's good. You can really taste, or I can really taste the habanero in it.
It's really good.
It's almost like a hot wing meets fried shrimp, but without the sauce. Like the flavor of like a buffalo wing.
There you had it. It's almost like a hot wing meets shrimp.
Yeah. That's really good.
Y'all gotta try this. You gotta try it. And do that breading the way I did with the egg and the water. Drain some of it off before you bread it, or you're just gonna have a big gummy mess. But just put those extra little crunchies on your shrimp. That is good. It's a good thing y'all didn't hear what Lisa just called me. Here it is Thanksgiving. We're supposed to be thankful for each other. I'm picking y'all. I'm picking. It wasn't bad. Y'all, to wrap this thing up, a traditional dessert down here in the South, and apparently in other parts of the country too. Let me get it out of the oven.
You're funny.
This is for Geezer Roy. Geezer in the woods up in Ohio. We got vanilla, blueberry, and caramel. That's going to make a good Thanksgiving dessert, isn't it?
Yes, it's gonna make a good snack.
Put a smile on your face. What am I getting for Christmas? Coal?
Coal. Yep.
Giving her a hard time, guys.
Yep.
Y'all, we are extremely thankful this year. Always we're thankful, but I'll tell you one thing that I'm thankful for. You guys.
Yeah.
Because y'all joined right in and are part of our little old teeny family right here.
And have hung right in with us through
Thick and thin.
through transitions, and
Yep.
you know, there's going to be more transitions as we eventually get everything
Set up.
set up.
It's going to take some time, y'all. Going to be a whole lot more cooking on the channel. And more of that to come. Something neat that we're going to build this winter.
And walk and talks are coming back.
They are coming back. Yes, they are coming back. And we appreciate you bearing with us as y'all are waiting on some of those.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But we hope that you have a great Thanksgiving. Lord willing and the creek don't rise too high. We will see you on the next one.